Abusia for me koswa Emma Obibia Akwaba Sonko Edeba Ayehu TV. Messel say we stay tuned to Ayehu TV. Esan say a new update Sonko ena kosia medibi ebedomo. Na ene say ene da ide Sammy Jemfi ena ne ho aka dwam kakra. Esan say One Bernard Avle ekoye interview bia abusiafo asa ne nsem na ohokan ne NCC so eno ama Dennis Aboaje edi nsem bi eba amonte so chese asa Sammy Jemfi nipa bia asa yen challenge no but we die ene Bernard etumi a challenge no esan se na opese oka nsem bi fa economics no na eno ena Bernard ama ne kwan anka sansemi na abusiafo message say obe subscribe to Ayehu TV, over like, over comment. Now I share my videos today. I will say for me, and someone Sammy Jemfi, edit Johnny B. Ember.
Time for us to talk about the exchange rates because one of the things the young people see that all the things I'm talking about are concerns which have been raised by the world. Let's move to health. Let's move to health. We go to health. It is important for us to talk about the exchange rates because one of the things the young people touted when they were in opposition. Yeah. But when they have told us that when the fundamentals of the economy are weak, the exchange rate will do what? Will expose you. Okay. Today, he is in charge of the management of the economy. The cedi, we know, depreciated by 9% in 2016. Bernard, your viewers deserve to know that under the all-knowing Bawumia, the all-knowing President Akufo-Addo, the cedi depreciated by 13% in 2019. Making it the worst performing currency against the dollar in the world. That was in December. Yes, as of December. But as we speak now, they say it's the best performing against the dollar. Only last week. You know, Asia is a major trade partner. 37% of our imports come from Asia. So as a result of the corona outbreak, if businessmen are no longer importing from there, and that has lessened pressure on our city, you think this is something we should be celebrating? Are you serious? Yes, I'm very serious. So you think that you believe what they said in December, but I don't believe what they say in January. But I'm trying to tell you that the reason why we are seeing some stability is not because of any economic. So it's not because to justify that coronavirus. You are an economic. So aren't other currencies? They said the cedi is the best performing against the dollar. Aren't other countries benefiting from the dollar slump? Why is it only Ghana cedi? What kind of logic is that? 37% of our imports comes from China. From Asia, and China is the doorway. And how different is that from Senegal or Nigeria? So why is the cedi the only currency that's appreciated against the dollar? I am telling you talking about that we are okay. So tell me one single intervention, which is no, I don't know. But that's not for me to answer. I'm saying that the reason you cannot tell me of any single intervention which is leading to this so-called stability. Excuse me, the president has already spoken about import reduction. I'm not here to defend the president. You are saying that in December last year, our cedi was the best performing, and I said no problem. In January, February, they are saying the cedi is the best performing, and it's because of coronavirus. And I'm asking you, is Ghana the only country benefiting from the coronavirus? You see? And are we the only country that is exposed to China in the region? No, we are not. But our level of exposure is one of the biggest in the world. You are talking about 37% of our import share coming from Asia. And you know, any student of economics know that these things have a bearing on the figures. If we are not importing, if businessmen are not going to China like they do, they are not importing from there, obviously pressure on the Ghana cedi will go down, and you will begin to see some stability. You can choose to celebrate that like government is doing, but very soon they will see their smoothness level, because this is not the first time we are seeing some of these, you know, temporary cosmetic artificial so-called stability. This is not the first time. Let's move.
One of the most problematic areas for the NDC ni John Dramani Mahama. It is dumso. Now, Enona Abu Jinapo, one of the former ministers in terms of energy, decided to defend former President John Dramani Mahama. Talking about the Sema World Bank Director and about the NDC's performance regarding Dumso. And ECG boss, Mr. Mahama said, or when Simbika Efahon, na ma Abujinapo and your politics with such problem now, Omuja Emma Ghana for Yonko.
Honorable, you gave me some advice, and on Newsfile I said something. Anyone who tries to play politics with this is a national issue, and you cannot compare AXA second to the old, what do you call it, PPAs. I do agree. There's a 40% take or pay in there, but you cannot compare 100% take or pay to 40% take or pay. They are not the same, Honorable. God has my opportunity. Now let me land. Let me land. I kept quiet.
Wait. I'm not saying I want.
Now let's take car power. Let's take car power. Honorable, I believe strongly you have their invoice. You know their invoices and their bills. So
I have the whole agreement here.
Don't worry. It's not 100% because I know how much they would invoice on a monthly basis. So let's take car power as a monthly invoice. Honorable, have you seen one of car power's monthly invoices before?
Everything here.
So how much is car power's monthly invoice? $29 million.
What is wrong with that?
No, pause. What is wrong with that? $29 million. The take or pay component of it is what? $17.5 million.
That cannot be. You are misreading it.
No. The idle capacity component of that is $8 million.
Mr. Chilapo,
I kept quiet.
Mr. Chilapo,
let me speak.
I'll come back to you so that we can try and find some middle ground.
To be honest, you can never compare 100% take or pay to 40% take or pay.
So 17.5 million is what?
Is the take or pay component of car power.
Then whether you use it or not.
That's the 17. Amandi, Twin City.
This is a monthly.
Monthly. Amandi, Twin City. Total month 15.5. Take or pay component is what? $9 million. AXA, 9.5 million. Take or pay is 4.7. Zero idle capacity, 0 millions in idle capacity. Car power has $8 million monthly in idle capacity. Amandi has $6 million in idle capacity. Now let's take SunPower. $23 million monthly. 15.1 million is what? Take or pay. You have idle capacity of 7 million. My brother, how do we start solving such a problem if we don't take a holistic look? That's why I keep saying, let's not drop the ball at anybody's doorstep, but it should be a national decision. Because if you start pointing fingers, what you're actually doing is empowering the next person not to even negotiate. So why don't we all just sit down? Honorable, I must don't throw away from you. Why don't we all just sit down? Say, let's take each one by one. Sam, let's look at what we can do about this. Let's look at what we can do about this. Have you spoken to them about this? That is how we build a nation.
So why are you?
That is how we fix a problem.
Why are you in doing that?
That is the approach I took with each and every one of them.
And why are you in reach agreement with each?
That is how come we had an idea of what a monthly figure should be. Because yes,
for each of them.
For each and every one of them. Because listen, you cannot say there's zero capacity charge. No. But what we are saying is that excess capacity and idle capacity charge should not come in. But rather the capacity charge that you use to generate the specific energy that you asked for. So let's say so that would be...
You are paying them for the cost of production?
The cost of energy.
For the cost of energy.
Yeah, so that would be the fuel, the capacity used to produce whatever energy you took from them. You understand? That makes it much more realistic because per the grid impact assessment we had now, by 4 years' time, we have to double our capacity again. We have to start planning ahead. So all of these plants here, we cannot afford to lose any of them now. We have to build on top of them. We cannot build on top of them in isolation. It has to be a concerted effort. So I'm glad he said in his submission that it went to Parliament. Maybe at that point we thought we all could do it. But to be very honest with you, now it's not sustainable. So it's and to be fair to Mr. Mantiao, I would rather go to speaking about ECG, what we are trying to do, the steps we are about to take, and to close the gap. I'm not listening to that. You know, he was a board member of ECG.
And the point of that is?
So he knows what we are going through as a company. So that's how we all grow together. You've been there, you know the problem. Let's all stick together. Let's find the solution at the base. If it is not done right, then we can flog the horse.
Let me ask you, so as far as renegotiations, just a second, I'll come to you briefly, because I've seen it together, let's aid, I'll come to you. Don't worry about that. Very quickly, so on the solutions, I hear you say you're convinced renegotiating the contract is such an important part of solving this long term.
I am telling you,
or possibly even the only solution.
Yeah, look,
not the only solution.
Look at the bills. Look at the bills involved. So you are not even talking. There's fuel charges.
It comes back to, so you've said are all the IPPs now agreed to your proposals in terms of the?
I keep saying it and I keep praising Sonana Sogli. They have a take or pay. They've never charged us take or pay. They deal with us on a take and pay agreement. I do agree. Some of the finances of these things are very expensive.
Yeah.
So some of these terms are there. But again, the reason why I'm saying it's a national issue is before the company started, they needed some guarantees. Maybe you gave them a GCSE, you gave them a PCOA. But they are all now living animals.
Well, when do you hope to conclude? Because this renegotiation conversation has been going on for years now. When do you hope to conclude?